Good afternoon, Veena here. I would like to welcome everyone to the iBUG Apple Workshop for Saturday, October 23, 2021. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. More and more of the blind and visually impaired community are finding the Apple devices to be useful assistive technology tools in their daily lives. Whether at home, at work or school, or on the go, the accessibility features of the Apple devices have cleared new pathways for the visually impaired to be more productive, consume online content, stay connected through social media and have fun. This meeting is being recorded. To enhance the quality of the recording, please minimize side conversations. Also, please set your devices to mute and use your headphones to not disturb others. If we hear any phone ringtones or voiceover speaking aloud, we may unfortunately have to remove you from the meeting. We ask that everyone stay on mute, unless, of course, you have a question or comment. We have an exciting meeting planned for today. We will first review some iBUG announcements and some recent Apple news and rumors. Then, Tom, Kushal and Kris will demo some native and third-party apps. Finally, we will spend any remaining time to answer questions you may have. I would now like to turn the meeting over to the iBUG guy, Michael McCulloch. Ready to go, Michael?
Yes, ready to go. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Veena, for that lovely introduction. And as Veena said, we are being recorded, and so some rules that we have. We would just remind everybody to stay on mute all the time. If you would like to ask a question or make a comment, we don't use the raise hand feature. You'll just unmute yourself, say your name, and then wait to be recognized by me, Michael, or my co-host here, Sandhya. And once you've been recognized, then you can go ahead and ask your question at that point. To unmute, if you don't already know, if you're on a PC, Alt-A. If you're on a Mac, it is Command-Shift-A. You can also use the space bar on your computer. Hold down on that and that'll toggle the mute and unmute. If you're on an iPhone, down on the bottom left corner, there's a button to mute and unmute, toggles on and off. And then on an iPad, it's up at the top, just slightly to the right of center. So those are the ways you can unmute. I guess now we are ready to do some introductions. What we're going to do is open up, allow everybody to unmute themselves. And what we'd like you to do, just say your name, where you're calling in from, and just a little icebreaker question. Just want to go around and ask everybody if you'd like to participate. The question is, did you have a nickname growing up as a kid? All right, so let's, Sandhya, if you can.
We are all set to go. Who wants to go first?
People unmuted there.
All right, I'll go first. My name is David Mandel. I live in Berkeley, California, and I had a nickname. My name was Sparky.
Oh, cute. All right, great. Thanks for sharing. Okay, who's next?
Terry. This is Terry Ann from Arlington Heights, and because my last name was Sowerman, my gym teachers would call me things like Terry Sugarman, Terry Sweet Lady, Terry Sour Woman. All kinds of derivatives of that.
Okay. As long as they don't call you sourpuss, we're good. Okay. All right. Next. Thank you, Sarah.
Susan from Houston.
Susan. Yes, ma'am.
No nickname.
No nickname? Susie Q? No? Okay. All right. Well, Susan is a beautiful name. All right. Keep going. Next.
Gary and Michelle here from Canada.
Yes, sir. And ma'am. What's your nicknames?
They call me Jerry or Good Behavior.
Jerry or Good. What about Michelle? You have a nickname, girl?
No.
No? Okay. Well, that's fine. Keep going. Who's next? Thank you, guys. Oh, wait. They're from, where were they from? They're from Canada somewhere. Okay. Okay. Who's next?
I'm Debbie from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay, Debbie, do you have a nickname?
Well, I didn't have a nickname, but as long as people didn't call me Deborah, Debbie was good enough. So
Okay,
that was my nickname for Deborah.
Good deal. Thank you.
Okay,
Next, who do we have?
Hi, this is David from.
Hold on, David from New York. Go ahead.
That's me, David from New York. New York
Okay, do
City.
you have a nickname?
On some of the systems, they call me David D from New York, New York.
Okay, like it. All right, thank you, sir. Who's next?
This is Richard Petty from Houston.
Hey, Richard.
Nickname is Rich.
Okay, cool. Rich.
Hey,
All right.
Rich.
Who's next? And we have the Thunder. Go ahead.
This is Gail from Thunderous Houston, the Thunderous home of the Astros.
All right. You have the nickname when you were a kid?
Gigi.
All right. Thank you, Gail. Who's next? Keep going.
Terry from Houston.
Okay, Terry, go ahead and then.
Hi, Terry.
Okay, go ahead, Terry.
No, I didn't have a nickname.
Okay, well, thanks for coming. All right, somebody from Minnesota. Who's that?
Karen from Philadelphia.
Oh, Philadelphia. Sorry. Okay, Karen, did you have a nickname?
My aunt used to call me Karen Koo.
Karen Koo. Cute. Okay, thank you. All right. Who's next?
Clarice.
Clarice. Hi there.
Hi, and I had a nickname I don't want to say.
Oh, come on. We're among friends. Well, sort of.
Horrible.
Okay, horrible. Okay, we'll talk about it later then. All right.
Horrible.
Thank you, Clarice. Okay, who's next? Who's next?
Tom Frank from Milton, Vermont. And because the neighbor was also Thomas, so he got Tom and I got Tommy. So all my relatives still call me Tommy, but everybody else goes by Tom, except when an aunt once said as we were walking along, gee, you've got fat lips. And my cousin said, oh, fat lip Frank. So she, which I didn't particularly like, but won't bother me now.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Tom. Okay, who's next?
Albert?
Yes, who's that?
Albert?
Albert, what's your nickname?
Okay. The one I have to stuck longest, it came from the birth of Albert. It got to be Birdie.
Birdie. Okay, like it. Thank you so much. Who's next? Keep going.
Adam.
Adam, go ahead.
Chicago, no nickname.
No nickname. All right, we're glad to have you anyway. Go ahead, Miss Jody.
Yes, well, my nickname actually was Jody. My given name was Joanne, and I like Jody so much I legally changed it.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Cool. Okay, thank you. Next. Who's next?
This is Naad from Texas, and I did not have a nickname growing up.
All right, sir. Thank you. Welcome. Who's next?
Sharon from New York.
Sharon, go ahead.
From New York, and I didn't have a nickname either.
All right. Okay. Well, you know what happens if you don't have one, we're going to give you one. So we'll just wait and see what comes up. Okay. Who's next?
Sarah from Vermont.
Sarah.
Hey, for the first 5 years of my life, it was Nina for Nina for baby girl in Spain because my parents weren't ready with a name. So that was
wow. Okay.
That was what the nurses jotted down.
Well, they picked a beautiful name after all. So thank you, Sarah. Who's next? Nina. Who's next? Anybody else have a turn? We're going around and say who you are, where you're from, and your nickname.
Freddie from Jefferson County.
Freddie, go ahead.
Tarzan.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, that'd be a cool nickname.
Okay, can I be heard now?
Love it. Yes.
Ted,
okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, this is Ted in Houston, and I don't know if I want to say it. My mother used to call me Kissy Face.
Oh.
Joanne, do you have anything to say?
Kissy face. I love it. That's so sweet. Okay, kissy face. Okay. You also give up the right of privacy, and we can call you by these names once you
And
reveal
it's being
them.
recorded.
I know it's being recorded. Okay, who's next? Thank you, Ted. Who's going on? Next. Anybody else?
Hello, this is
Hey,
Calandra.
All right, girl. You have a nickname as a child?
And I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. When I was a child, my mom, I don't know who came up with the name Petey Boots, but that was that was the name
okay.
that I was wished on. I don't remember if it was my uncle or one of my uncles or somebody, but my mom told me about it when I was 3 years old. But my nickname is Pete.
Pete.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Calandra. Okay, who's next? Anybody else? Didn't have a turn? Wow, I got lots of people with lots of cool nicknames. Anybody else?
Frank
What about Missouri City?
Oh, Frank.
Frank, oh my goodness. Missed you. What you got? What's your nickname?
Indio.
Indio. Okay, like it. Thank you. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to hear from you. Anybody else out there? What about you, Sandhya? Do you have a nickname growing up?
Oh my goodness. I had multiple nicknames, but the one that has stuck is Sam. My brother started calling me Sam. It made me mad, and now everybody calls me Sam. Okay, what about you, sir?
I am. Well, the things they called me, I can't repeat here, but
Oh, come on. Play along.
the one that probably most often was either Mick or Mac.
Mick? Really?
Joanne's at the microphone.
You don't seem like a Mick or a Mickey. How about Mickey? Okay, well, anyway. All right, well, very good. All right, Mr. McCullough.
Hold on, Joanne's there.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Joanne.
My nickname used to be Snoopy.
Oh, cool.
Snoopy, all right.
Snoopy and Kissy Face.
We worked at a movie theater, and the film that they were featuring was a Peanuts movie.
Okay, very good.
The Snoopy character.
All right.
I'd wear my hair in long dog ears.
Oh.
All right. There was somebody else.
Hi, my name is Helene. I'm from Woodstock, New York.
Okay, Helene, welcome.
She's one of our new mentees. No nickname and the real Woodstock, huh? Like Woodstock as in Woodstock, huh? Okay.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Helene. Okay, anybody else?
All right, let's move on here then. So appreciate everybody. Great introductions and great nicknames all around. Let's see, we want to take this time also to recognize, is there anybody that's a first time caller into this particular meeting? You may have called into some other.
Me.
Helene. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, welcome. Let's see. I know you're in our mentoring program. Tell us.
Jody.
Yeah, Jody's your mentor. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
How did you?
Fabulous.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she is. You got a good mentor there. How did you first find out about iBUG?
From Elizabeth from Braille Forum.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're certainly glad you're here and glad you're part of the Jumpstart Mentoring Program. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. All right. Any other first timers?
First time for me for the Apple workshop.
Okay, and who is this? Tell us your name, even though I know your name. Tell everybody else your name, please, and where you're from.
Oh.
Just introduce yourself. Say your name and where you're from. Hello?
He may not be hearing us. Okay, that's Kushal from Gold Coast.
I'm from the Gold Coast, Australia.
Awesome. We are glad to have you here. And actually, Kushal is going to be one of our presenters later on. So
at 5 a.m. in the morning there. So very good. Thank you so much, Kushal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Any other first timers?
Okay. Calandra from Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, Calandra. Great
And
to-
I have participated in a few of your movie nights, which are always great.
Uh-huh.
But this is the first workshop I've actually been to, and like I
Okay.
said, I've heard about y'all from different locations for the conventions, conferences I went to with ACV.
Okay.
When do y'all have the Star Trek: The Next Generation? Because I've been wanting to get back into Star Trek.
Yeah, we'll be going back to the next generation probably in the beginning of the first of the year. We're finishing up Discovery series right now. All right, let's move on. Also, we want to recognize anybody that may have had a birthday during the month of October, or maybe any kind of special anniversary of any kind. Any birthdays or anniversaries during October? I know October is a popular month.
This is Calandra again.
Uh-huh.
I've had I don't know if this counts, but in October 3rd, which was 3 Sundays ago, Beautiful Feet, the church that I usually go to, has had our anniversary of when they first built their church.
Okay.
And we all got a chance to celebrate it. So.
Oh, that's great. Well, thanks for sharing that. Anybody else? Birthdays or anniversaries in October?
Am I audible?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, Friday the 1st was my birthday.
All right. Very good. Happy birthday. Belated birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Anybody else?
Happy birthday, Michael.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Happy birthday, Michael.
Appreciate
Happy birthday,
it.
Michael.
Thanks, everybody. All right. Very good. Well, thanks, everybody. Let's see. We've got a few announcements. We're going to start out with a few iBUG related announcements. All the times I'm going to be sharing are Central Time. First, we have during the month, these are coming up in November next month. It's going to be a short month because of Thanksgiving, cramming everything into 3 weeks instead of 4. So November 6th, the first Saturday in November, we have what we call iBUG Unplugged on Clubhouse. And you can join us there at 8 p.m. Central. And our conversation will be centered around a question that goes something like, if you had the opportunity to see, ? And so we'll be talking about things like that, related to that. Then we have coming up on November 11th, our Vila Book Club, the book we're currently reading, Where the Crawdad Sings. And that's author is Delia Owens. And DB number, if anybody needs it, is 92245. 92245. And you got plenty of time before November 11th to read that book. Next, coming up on November the 14th, we have iBUG Cafe. That's our deep dive training session. And we are going to be looking at shopping apps, online shopping apps like Amazon, Walmart, maybe some others, because you know what's coming up, the holidays. You can order, but they probably won't get here by Christmas or whatever holiday you may be celebrating. But we shall see. All right. Then we have Android Insight on November 17th. And that's at 7 p.m. That's our Android open help hour or help session, open Q&A help session, all things Android. And then we will be back here with this Apple workshop on Saturday, November 21st. It'll be 1 week earlier than we normally have, and that'll be at, again, 2 p.m. Central. So we'll look forward to having you back with us then. Mac and Talk is going to be on Tuesday, November 23rd, right there a couple of days before Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving at 7 p.m. And because of Thanksgiving, normally we would have It's iBUG's Life on that fourth Thursday, but we're going to have to cancel that one, so we won't have that. Of course, always every Monday, 7:30 p.m., join us for the iBUG Buzz Q&A help session. Also, iBUG Mini Buzz on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. on Clubhouse. Then we have Mac Buzz. That's the first and third Wednesdays on Clubhouse at 5 p.m. Central. Mentioned Star Trek. We have our Trekkie Talks, Star Trek discussion group. We're currently going through the Discovery series. We're in season 3, just getting going on that. I think we will be on what? I can't remember the episodes. 3 and 4 will be the first week of November. We always do 2 episodes per session there on Trekkie Talk. And of course, every Monday or every Friday night, our Friday night at the virtual movies. And that's always been a popular thing that we've been doing here since the pandemic started. And that's 8 p.m. Fridays. You can join us early at 7:30 for the pre-movie social, where we do little guess that songs and jokes and just get to know each other during our pre-movie social. And then if you want to stick around after the movie, we have a discussion of the movie and some trivia. See, somebody mentioned, we mentioned earlier, Jumpstart Mentoring Program. And I'm going to let Sandhya tell you real quickly what we do with the Jumpstart Mentoring Program. Did I lose Sandhya?
All right, here I am. Sorry.
Okay.
Hello.
We hear you now.
All right. So the iBUG Jumpstart Mentoring Program is a mentoring program. So if you need help with your iPhone, if you're a beginner user, then please fill out the application on our website, or if you need assistance, we will provide that too. And then we will match you up with one of our amazing advanced users of the iPhone, and they will help you unlock the amazing power of your iPhone. And conversely, if you are an experienced user and would like to share your talents and knowledge with somebody new just starting out, please complete the mentor application on our website. We would appreciate your help. And as always, we're grateful to all of our volunteers.
Most definitely. Yeah. We could not do all this without all the awesome volunteers we have. Okay, so that's a lot going on, both some technical training and social events. And so we'd love to have you join us at as many or those as you could make. Obviously, we don't expect you to memorize all of those things that we just went through. So you can go to our website, ibugtoday.org. And you'll find there listed all of the different information, times, the Zoom conference information, Clubhouse information, if you're not on Clubhouse already, and be able to join us in all of those. We also have a Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/iBUGtoday. And that's another good place to where the announcements get posted. And also if you have questions that come up in between any of our training sessions, you can post them there 24/7 and get answers to those questions. If you want to follow us on Twitter, our handle is @iBUGtoday. Our Twitter master is always tweeting out and retweeting information related to the Apple world and other tech related things that he thinks would be of interest to the group. So please join us for that. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears here, and I'm going to ask Sandhya to come back on and talk to you about some the latest Apple news and rumors that occurred here this past month.
All right, thank you, sir. We got lots to cover. Let me just one little quick thing here. Let's
in 5 minutes or less.
5 minutes or less. All right, so here we go real quick. It's not going to be 5 minutes or less, but okay, we'll try. All right. All right. All right. So we had a big Apple event last week. Well, actually this week, Monday, and they introduced some new things, the new MacBook Pro, Airpods Pro 3. So these some new features of the MacBook Pro include, well, let's see, the next generation of the M1 chip, and then the M1 Max. Then we also have the mini LED displays with Pro Motion for up to 120 hertz refresh rate, additional ports like an HDMI port and an SD card port. So that's going to be pretty cool. They're going to have physical function keys instead of the touch bar that, there were mixed reviews about that. Let's see, the AirPods Pro, AirPods 3 is what I'm starting. Those, they are going to be, what are they going to be? They're not going to have active noise cancellation or silicone ear tips. Some people love them, some people don't. So, but they are going to have improved sound quality with adaptive EQ and spatial audio, longer battery life, a MagSafe charging case, and get this, IPX4 rated water and sweat resistance. So if you're sweating in your ears, these are the ones to get. Let's see. They are available to order for 179 clams. Okay, new HomePod minis. New colors include orange, yellow, and blue. All right, so check that out. It's still $99. Okay, what else? Pretty soon, Siri can support multi-user voices anywhere your HomePod mini is available. So that's going to be pretty cool. Next, Mac OS Monterey is going to be coming to, well, the Mac. And so there's several things that you're not going to be able to do if you have a Mac using an Intel processor. So like portrait mode in FaceTime or, so that basically what that does is it focuses, it gets the blur, the background blurry. We think everything is blurry anyway for us, but for those who can see, it gets rid of all the background distractions and it only focuses on you. So you will not be able to do that if you don't have the new anything but the Intel chip. The Maps interactive globe. This allows you to spin the globe around and drill down into different locations. Sounds pretty cool. I don't know if we'd be able to do that anyway, but you cannot do that unless you have the new Macs with Siri text to speech. That you cannot do that very well anymore. And then on device keyboard dictation. We've talked about this, so it's going to be more secure and it'll be on device, but you're not going to be able to do that if you still have the Intel processor. Okay, next. What else? Let's see. Let's see. There's lots of new stuff going on. Okay, here, sorry. Mark Gurman, he's a common source that we rely on. He doesn't think that we're going to have any more Apple events this year, given what we've already had, but there's already speculation about a new MacBook Air. It's going to be, redesigned and all that. That's probably going to be coming up in 6 to 8 months from now. So that's going to be exciting. That'll be probably the biggest update since 2010 for the MacBook Air. Let's see. Oh, here's some new news. The photos of the new AirPods Pros. They are speculation that they will have no stems, stemless, okay? And they have holes in the case indicating that it will be able to, there'll be a speaker. And we've talked about this, about using the Find My. So now you can find your case apart from the AirPods themselves. That was often, we've talked about that, speculated about that, and wondered why did they do that. So now they're going to fix it. They heard us. Let's see. Beyond the earbuds, yeah, we talked about that. So it's going to be pretty cool. Okay. Oh, they're also going to have a little loop, so you can hang them on something, and that's new. They've never done that before. The Apple Watch came out, Series 7. It's 20% larger display. It's got some new colors. So it's pretty exciting, but it's more like it's the updates are kind of understated. It's nothing huge, or but it is supposed to be better design and more durable, actually. So if you're looking for a new watch, there you go. Happy birthday to Siri, the first and most frustrating voice assistant. We love her and we can't live without her. And so she is turning 10. And so it is available, obviously, on your iPhone, your Apple Watch, and your HomePod Mini. So it is pretty amazing what it does. We issue a command, it goes out into space, and a server somewhere around the world, and parses out and figures out what we said, and then makes a response and sends it back. So just think about all that. And that was the first time that was available, was on the iPhone 4S, which was actually my first phone. Let's see. And now it's actually, the Siri is getting better because, as you said, as we talked about, it is available on your device. So it's going to get better. Let's see. I think those are the big announcements, Mr. McCulloch. We got lots of fun things to keep going. So there you go.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Sandhya. Lots of things happening in October.
Can I have one more thing?
One more thing. That sounds like a...
Oh, sorry. Well, this is a tribute to, actually, I forgot. I'm sorry. Can't forget. This is Apple's CEO, Tim Cook, wrote a tribute letter in remembrance of Steve Jobs, actually. And his death was on October 5th, 2011. Let's see. So, we know how amazing he was. And so to commemorate his 10th anniversary of Steve Jobs' death, he wrote a letter and, posted it. It's like an internal email. They do this every year on his death date. And Cook, in the memo, it was obtained by this source, and they kind of shared a little bit to the late co-founder who died in 2011 after a long, protracted battle with cancer. Today's memorial chooses sentiments shared in the past anniversaries. So the chief executive typically marks the occasion with an internal memo. So basically, it recognized that Steve Jobs basically encouraged everybody to see the world not as it was, but how he would like it to be. And that is, we are obviously all touched by him, and we wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. So there you go, Mr. McCulloch, it's all yours.
All right, very good. Yes, Steve Jobs' influence was quite a bit. And speaking of Steve Jobs, somebody else had a birthday actually 20 years ago today. And I'm just going to play a little clip commemorating that.
great digital electronics from. So let's look at portable music. Let's look at the landscape. The first thing, if you want to listen to music portably, you can go out and buy a CD player, right? That's one way to go, about 10 to 15 songs. Or you can buy a flash player. Go out and buy one of those. You can buy a MP3 CD player, or you can buy a hard disk-based jukebox player. These are the 4 choices for portable music right now. So let's take a look at each one of those. A CD player costs about $75, holds 10 to 15 songs on a CD. That's about $5 a song. You can go buy a flash player, pay about double that, about $150, holds the same 10 to 15 songs, or about $10 a song.
Can't hear anything. Okay, hang on a second. What happened to my audio?
All right, we will.
Well, sorry about that. I don't know why it's not playing. We'll maybe come back to that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move on now. We've got several presentations we want to do. And Sandhya, you want to go ahead and introduce the first one?
Yes, as Mr. McCulloch would say. So the first presenter today we are so happy to have is Tom Frank, all the way up there from Vermont. And he will be sharing a really cool app that I haven't used in a while, and he loves it. So Tom, would you like to share a little bit about before we do your demo?
Okay, thank you. Yep, from Milton, Vermont up here, one of them itty bitty states up here in the Northeast here. And we're fairly rural, no matter where we go. By definition, we're the most rural state in the country, one of the smallest, but very few people live in a city, and our biggest city is Burlington, which is 41,000. That's our city. So finding your way around, especially if you don't have cell coverage or you don't have maps, or access to the internet, is difficult. So one of my favorite apps that I use quite regularly, especially when I'm lost, is Ariadne GPS, ARIADNE GPS. And obviously it's a GPS, and I don't want to go any further, so I recorded something, and maybe you can play that now. Today I'm going to demonstrate a GPS application called Ariadne GPS. Now, Ariadne, spelled A-R-I-A-D-N-E, by its very nature, it is a GPS app. And it does one thing that I use it for, and one thing very, very, very well.
You are about 7 feet from home side door. Naad.
And it's telling me information I don't want to know quite yet. It tells me the direction and the distance to a point of interest. It does a couple of other things that I'll explain briefly, but that's what it does mainly. I use it all of the time, and it keeps me out of trouble. I use other GPS apps as well. Nearby Explorer, Nearby Explorer Online, Soundscape, Apple Maps, once in a great while, Google Maps. But this thing is a very
interesting app. And if you wanted to know who Ariadne is, I'll ask my favorite person. Hey, Google, who's Ariadne?
According to Wikipedia, Ariadne was a Cretan princess in Greek mythology. She was mostly associated with mazes and labyrinths because of her involvement in the
You
myths
are
of the
about
Minotaur
7
and
feet
Theseus.
from home side door. Matt.
Okay. Oh, be quiet over there. It's an Italian app developed in Rome, the developers. So they're using Greek mythology and, of course, the labyrinths and mazes. Ariadne helps you get out of trouble and find your way home. So let me explain the application. I'm on the home screen, as you heard, but...
Legal. Map.
No.
Where am I? But legal.
The first thing in the upper left is where am I? Or legal, I'm sorry. And legal, of course, you need to know all of that stuff. Don't copy it. Because you are stealing it, because the cost of the full version is $8.95. And I will say that is some of the best money I ever spent on an application. $8.95. There's a cheaper version, but you'll want this one because you can save and share favorites. The next thing is...
Where am I?
Where am I? Well, a lot of apps do that, but this is a simple one. If you're walking down the street, what is the exact address on this place?
Herrick Ave 870548 Milton, Chittenden County, VT, United States.
And it's important to notice it will only find the address if you have access to cell coverage, data, or Wi-Fi. I'm in my house, and that's my home address. An important thing to note about Ariadne, it does not need data or Wi-Fi. So if you're in the middle of the forest, in the middle of the Sahara Desert, on a lake, and there's no cell coverage or anything, you can choose a point of interest. For example, if you're walking through the woods and you have a favorite tree or a tree house or something, you can mark that point. Doesn't make any difference. If there are no maps available, it will locate that location. Then later on, when you do have coverage, you can then put in the name and change some of the information about that to your heart's content. Okay, the next thing is...
Start monitoring button.
Monitoring, that's when you're getting closer. It'll tell you to a favorite.
Add to favorites.
Now,
button.
Here's the one. If you find that tree, or you're out in the middle of the lake, or there's a favorite cove that you like to go fishing, and the fish were biting there, and you want to point that out so you have the information and nobody else does. You can save that as a favorite and find it later.
Nearest favorite, home side door, button.
And that's what I was talking about, my home side door. Now, in this case, it said 7 feet. Let's see.
55 feet at 4 o'clock compass.
55 feet at 4 o'clock.
At 11 o'clock compass.
I am in my
Nearest
house.
favorite, homes.
I'm in my house right now, and GPS coverage is horrible. So it told me the wrong distance and the wrong direction, but I know where my front door is, where I'm sitting in my house. However, if I was outside and I tested it out the other day, it does point to the right direction, and it gives me the correct distance as well. So
20 feet at 10 o'clock compass.
And actually that's pretty accurate. About 20 feet away at 10 o'clock, it must have picked up a couple of extra satellites. The next thing.
Direction of movement unavailable.
Direction of movement. So if you're traveling or in a car, walking, bicycle, whatever, it'll tell you the direction you're moving. I'm not moving. I'm sitting down in front of my Macintosh, is what I'm using voice memo on here to record this. And actually my phone is talking through my Bose Mini. So the sound's a little bit better. But I'm not moving. It'll tell you which direction you're moving. And the next field,
126 degrees southeast.
126
130
is the
degrees
direction
southeast.
that the phone is pointing. So you know which way you're going, but also which way your phone is pointing as well. So if I move it up a little bit.
You are about 16 feet from home side, Herrick Ave. Speed 0.2 miles.
And it's telling me
you are 81 degrees east.
80 degrees east.
Direction of movement unavailable. Direction of movement 20 degrees north.
And I'm just
19
moving
degrees
it around.
north.
So it's telling you, you can use it as a compass.
You are about 16 feet from home, Herrick Ave.
And I'm on Herrick Avenue.
Speed 0.1 miles per hour.
Oh.
Herrick, speed 0 miles per hour.
Speed 0, and it said 0.1 there for a second, because as the satellites move.
Speed 0.1 miles per hour.
0.1, it'll say you're moving when you're not.
Location accuracy 125 feet. Location accuracy 140.
And there, of course, location accuracy 140 feet. I don't have good cell phone coverage, so it's telling you, don't rely on this information.
Altitude 345 feet above sea level.
And 345 feet, and I used it yesterday, today, and every other time. It says either
344 feet above
44 or 345 feet, even though
vertical accuracy 7 feet.
It always says the vertical accuracy is 7 feet, and that's how far I am. So if you want to know if you're in a floodplain, that's good information. Also, if you're traveling, my wife is driving, she can see, I can't, and we're going over a mountain range or a gap, going through the White Mountains of New Hampshire or various places. I just find it fascinating. Oh, that was a long hill. Well, let's see. The bottom, when we started, was 900 feet above sea level, and it's now 1,900 feet. Wow, that was a 1,000-foot hill. When I'm telling my kids and other people, bicycle path, make sure you're going to have a big hill there. So it just gives you information, and that's what I like. I just like to know where I am and what the surroundings are like.
Wi-Fi service available.
I'm in my house. Wi-Fi service is available.
Location service is unreliable.
Location services, in other words, the GPS, are very unreliable at this time, which I already pointed out.
Map server responding.
The map server is responding, so that's why it knew my address.
Look around button.
Now, the other features that I do not use that you may find useful, the look around feature. That, when you turn that on, it actually brings up the map of the area, and you can swipe so you can go from just like a block, a couple of 100 feet around your location, to the town, to the county, to the state, to the whole country if you want. And then as you move your finger across the screen, it will tell you what street you're on, and you can follow that street with your finger to give you some idea of what streets are around you and where they are located in relation to you. The problem I find with most GPS apps, especially the ones that are giving you directions, it tells you turn left, turn right, but you have no idea, are the roads windy? Are they straight? Or is that, oh, there's another road there I didn't know about because I don't turn around. So it gives you more information. I find it very difficult on my iPhone. I don't have an iPad, so you might find it easier to use on an iPad and more informative. So if you have a map of the United States, as you move your finger, it'll tell you where the states are.
Explore area button.
Explore area, that allows you to go to anywhere, I guess, in the world. I haven't tried it. And if you're going to London, England, and you knew the address, you could put that address and it will take you there. And once again, you'll have a map and you can explore the area.
Tab bar selected. Home.
And that's basically
tab.
It. Now,
1 of 4. List of favorites.
Tab. My favorite area. There's list of favorites.
Settings.
Tab. Settings, the standard things where you can change. And
about Ariadne GPS.
About Ariadne GPS. You can get all the technical information, but also has the information on their website. And from their website, you can get a user manual, which I reviewed again the other day and found it quite helpful and learned a couple features I did not know about before. So That's always good. Let's go back.
Settings. List of favorites.
List of
Tab.
favorites.
2 of
This
4.
is one thing that I find very, very interesting and helpful. So let's open the list of favorites. Double tap. And all the favorites.
Search. Home side door. 41 feet. At 8 o'clock compass.
Yeah, that's somewhat accurate. This time, it lists all of the favorites you put in. And I have several hundred favorites I put in here. Now, of course, if I'm just walking around my neighborhood.
Barnum Street to Herrick Avenue sidewalk.
I walk down Herrick Avenue,
feet.
260 feet down there to the corner. And when I'm walking back and I'm not using a regular app and it's a sunny day and I have very low vision. I use a cane, but I also use a walker. I have problems with my feet as well. So I'll be not paying attention, don't have a soundscape or something else on. Where am I? So I will pull up my phone real fast, turn on Ariadne. Oh, it says, oh, that Barnum Street and Herrick Avenue, 60 feet at 6 o'clock. Uh-oh, that's behind me. So I went too far. I went right past my turn. So I go back and it'll tell me 60, 50 as I'm getting closer, and then I know right where my sidewalk is. So it keeps me from getting into trouble, and it helps me get out of trouble.
Herrick Avenue and Mackey Street, Barnum Street, Southeast Middle, Renee's front door, Middle School front door, Renee's front door.
If I need a Dr. Pepper on a hot summer day.
Middle School, Aria pickup.
Oh, Aria pickup. That's my granddaughter, Aria, and she's in first grade at the elementary school, the other end of my street, a couple blocks down there. So when I pick her up, that's the specific place. You know, it's not on any map. I can go to the school door, but I pick her up at another place, and I have that marked where I need to pick up my granddaughter.
School bike rack, middle school sidewalk, path to Village Drive passage, 1,100.
There's all sorts of things that I have in my local town. The interesting things are
vertical scroll bar, 14%, 20, 34%, 44%, Route 158 in Lowell, Route 1, Westport, New York, Montberry Roundabout, 38.38 miles.
A lot of these, wherever I am, if I need to give somebody driving directions, I add various places.
That v Berlin Park and Route 16, Route 58 and Park Avenue and Burton Hill, rows 158 to rows 165 to 176 of 324.
Oh, so I have 324 favorites.
The Point, 44 square, 47.82 mile.
We have a camp. In Vermont, a camp is any place you don't live at full time. So it's a summer, it's on a lake, and the lake is 2.5 miles long and half a mile wide. And I like to go out kayaking. When I go out kayaking with my wife, I can always say, hello, and she'll say, over here. Okay, then I can follow her, and I can barely see the mountains on either side of the lake. So I can usually somewhat navigate, but not all that well. But if I go out by myself, I haven't the slightest idea most of the time exactly where I am.
Beach stairs.
47. So I start out at my beach stairs. That's where, and let's say I want to head south.
David Law Cottages, Andy and Sue's Dock. 47.
The next one will be Andy and Sue's Dock, which is about 1,000 miles south. So I'm paddling along in my kayak, and as I'm going away, I have my phone on a lanyard around my neck, and it'll say beach stairs, 100 feet at 6 o'clock, or 100 feet at 6 o'clock, 200 feet, 300, 400 feet, 500 feet. At 501 feet, I'm halfway there, so the next closest favorite will be Andy and Sue's Dock, and then it'll automatically switch and say Andy and Sue's Dock, 500 feet, 400 feet, 300 feet, 200 feet, 100 feet. And as I get closer, I think I'm 5 feet, clunk. And if I don't knock myself out trying to go underneath of it, then I go around it and go to the next. And all around the entire lake, about every 1,000 feet, I have points of interest marked. So I can always follow the shore around. And if I know a couple of places on the other side of the lake and I want to head home, it's half a mile of open water, so I can aim, find beach stairs, find the direction of that, and just head straight on across without any maps or any other information.
Andy and Sue's dock, home and scan. 48
Now-
vertical scroll bar. 40, 60, 8, 94, 100, 190%.
And wherever I go on travels with my wife,
Bed and breakfast, Wilmington, North Carolina.
went to Wilmington, North
762.
Carolina, so I put where we stayed.
Chicago Airport. Vancouver hotel room.
Oh.
Chicago Airport.
I went to
766.
Chicago,
Vancouver Hotel. San Francisco United Airlines Terminal 3. To Ketchikan Pier. To Vancouver Hotel. Chicago. San Francisco. Ketchikan Pier. Juneau Pier. To Skagway end of pier.
When we went to Alaska, Vancouver, because we were coming back from Alaska, every place that we stopped in port, I put that down. It's interesting. How far was this place from that place? And then I also, in a lot of places, we're on a cruise ship. We got to make it back there by 4 this afternoon. I would put the end of the dock as a point of interest so we could, no matter where we were, we could always find our way back. So,
Puna Pier. Dublin Air Hotel Room. Dublin Airport.
flying to meet friends in
2,983.21
England, we stopped
miles.
at the Dublin
2 o'clock.
Airport. So I've added that.
Hotel room. Gail's house. Lisbeth and Bill's house.
My
3001
friends
Gail's
that we've
house.
been in York.
3171.50.
And that's how far York, England is from here. My friend's house, and we're there. If we went walking around, I wanted to find my way back to their house in York, England. That's what I did.
Lisbeth and Bill Cantishna. 3 Fine Arts Gallery. Clarion Hotel. Burton Agnes Hall. Heathrow Gate 8. Rome apartment front door.
Went to
4,109.7 miles.
There's the apartment
At 1
to the
o'clock
Rome,
compass.
to the Rome address.
Anzio Restaurant. Fumone. Biachel Rest. Abely. Italy apartment. 4th Tat Bar. Home. Walk around lane 300 at Kauai Pier. 4,009.
Same thing when we went to Hawaii. As we were going from island to island at the end of the pier, I added those places as points of interest. So not only is it can save myself when I wander away from my home, especially in the wintertime when the snow's on the ground, and where am I? It's nighttime. I just took the trash out. I turned the wrong direction, went across the road. Pulled it out, find my side door so I can get home wherever I am. Also, it's just that people say, well, Hawaii's a long ways away, isn't it? Well, I pull out my app and said, by the way, I'm one of those obnoxious people that says, I've got an app for that.
You are about 55 feet from home side door.
And
Fern Grotto. 4th.
And I have a obnoxious app that keeps reminding me how close I am to the nearest favorite. So that is Ariadne GPS in a nutshell. Again, I recommend it highly. For $8.95, you can't go wrong. And I recommend it to a lot of people, especially those that go hiking out in the woods or go canoeing away from home. So I hope that is informative for you.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Frank, or Tom. Sorry about that. Tom Frank.
Yeah, I
First
answered
names.
either one.
All right.
Like quite
Let's
the
see.
traveling man here. We're going to unmute. And
Yeah, we're gonna, since Frank's gonna have to take off, we're gonna go ahead and take some questions here. We got time for a few questions before he needs to take off. So
all right. So just say your name and wait to be recognized if you have a question for Tom regarding this app.
go ahead, Ted.
Yes, I do very similar things that he's doing when Joanne and I are out and about with, he spoke about the soundscape, and there's one called, and hold on, let me get the name of it real quick. Good Maps Outdoors, which I found very recently, has POI, I presume that means point of interest. What is the differences between this Good Maps, Ariadne, which I have heard of, a friend of mine told me about it when I first got my iPhone 3 years ago or so, and some of these others? Can you do a compare and contrast rather quickly?
Yeah, I just downloaded Good Maps Outdoors. It just came out, what, a week ago?
Right.
And it's free. And because they'd use the Good Maps Indoors one, which you need LiDAR and mapping indoors, mainly in Louisville, Kentucky. But outdoors, I've been trying to use it. Right now, the focus doesn't stay very well when you're trying to add a point of interest, but I assume they'll fix that. And it has points of interest, so I assume you can use it the same way. The thing I like about Ariadne, all of your favorites are in a list and with a search, and you can put them as favorites, active, unfit, and maybe you will be able to do with Good Maps. But since it's brand new, I can't really relate the pros and cons of it.
Yeah, and you also mentioned the Nearby Explorer online. I did not know there was just a Nearby Explorer, but I wanted to put that on Joanne's phone because we try to, make these things, what's the word I'm looking for? Match. But I can't find that thing. I cannot find Nearby Explorer online on the App Store anymore.
Don't know. But as I mentioned about Ariadne, remember, Nearby Explorer online means just that. You have to have access to either cell coverage or the internet. And that's what I like about Ariadne. I can be in the middle, as I said, in the middle of the woods. Oh, I want to find this place again. So I put it as a point of interest. It'll give the geographic coordinates, and I sort of misspoke there. You can, because it's on your phone itself, you can go in, type in the description that you want, my favorite tree, or whatever, so you can go back. And then later on, you want to figure out other things, you can. But it doesn't need cell coverage at all to add the points of interest and label them.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay.
This is Kushal.
Okay.
Just
go
wanted
ahead,
to make a quick. Just wanted to make a quick comment. With Good Maps Outdoors, I believe you still do need cell coverage, from what I know.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Kushal. Anybody else have questions for Tom?
Yes, this is Calandra.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Calandra, and then Jody. Go ahead.
I do those talking compasses. Do you have to use them as an app on your phone, or can you use it without it?
Can you do what?
Can you use the compass or talking compass without your phone? I think you have to use the app. You have to use the app.
To use the app, because the app is just when you open Ariadne, you aim it.
Yeah, and somebody mentioned what is called the Apple Watch. Does it talk to you, or do you just have to look at the time and the number?
Not the Apple Watch. It does work on the Apple Watch, as far as I know. iPad and iPhone, that's it.
Okay, that Apple Watch is another topic. So hang on, we got to keep going. So
things,
we're going to get to Miss Jody. Go ahead.
Yes, well, Tom, first you should explain that in Vermont and New Hampshire, we don't have any straight roads.
Right.
But I wanted to ask, is it easy to add a favorite and can you delete favorites easily?
Absolutely. To add a favorite, you go to add favorite wherever you are, double tap, and bingo, that's it.
Okay, good.
And then you can add the name later. So if you're going and like if I'm riding in the car with my wife and I want to know this intersection or this, I just go by, tell me when we're turning. Okay, now add it. It'll put the the GPS location, and then I can go back later and add the name or whatever I want. And when you're on the list of that, you can just flick up and go bye-bye and delete them easily.
Okay, I think Richard
Yeah,
had
Richard. Go ahead, Richard. You have to unmute. Let's see.
There we go. Thank you.
There he is.
And I just wanted to comment. This Ariadne seems very interesting. As far as I know, it's unusual for
Richard, can you get a little closer to your phone? We can't really hear you.
Excuse me.
There you go.
There
you
go. Let me start over real quickly. As far as I know, there are few apps, if any, other than this one, that allow you to explore the streets in the area where you are, and that's really valuable. That's something that I have missed since I had a mapping program on my desktop, and that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and you might be I would say if you have a little bit of vision, it might happen if you could see the lines. And once again, the iPad. But if you happen to go over here, we're fairly close to Lake Champlain, and when you go over water, it'll go, it'll play a water sound. So you know you're on a stream or you're in a lake or whatever, it'll play water sounds. So if anybody, yeah, so please play around with it, and I think that's a lot of fun. Probably better if you can see a little bit, and especially with an iPad, a larger screen.
That's
All
pretty
right.
cool. Thank you for doing the presentation.
That's very good. Okay, we're going to have to move on here. Appreciate.
Thank you, Tom. That was
Tom's
awesome.
Presentation.
Thank you. Okay.
Glad to do it.
We're going to come to visit you pretty soon because it sounds beautiful. All right. Bye.
All right.
Okay,
Very
hold
good.
on.
We're going to put everybody back,
Oh, sorry. You're back on mute too, sir.
including me. All right, so we have our next presentation, and this one we're going to switch gears from what we've done in the past. Our presenter from Australia is going to show us something that rather unique, and so I'm just going to let him, Kushal, if you want to just say a little bit about yourself, and then we can play your demo.
Hey guys, so this is Kushal. Yeah, I've been hopping on the iBUG calls. It's great to be here with everyone, and everyone's so lovely here, Sandhya and Michael and everyone. So yeah, thanks for having me. So the app I'm going to demo is called Naad Sadhana, so Naad Sadhana. So again, that is Naad Sadhana. And what this app does is it uses artificial intelligence to accompany you according to your singing, and plays the Indian drums, the tabla, and all the other instruments. And also, mind you, this is for Indian classical music, but it does support Western chords as well. So, like Western, major chords, minor chords, all those fancy stuff. So you can use it for Western music as well. It's got a Western option on the genre section. Well, anyway, I've done a demo, so you can, feel free to listen.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Good day, guys, and welcome
Audio
to
video.
this demonstration of the Naad Sadhana app. This app is a really cool app for Indian classical musicians to practice their Indian music and, progress in their Indian classical music journey. Why this app differs from other apps? Because this app uses artificial intelligence to accompany you according to your singing. So it will give you like a live effect, like, it will while you're singing or playing, it will give you the live effect, live chords, in real time, piano chords, violin chords, etc. So without further ado, let's get straight into this demonstration. So I'm at the top of my screen. The first button I see is the audio video recording. This app supports audio/video recording.
Audio video recording. Double tap to open menu button.
So if I double tap on here, this will allow me to select whether I want to do a video recording or an audio recording.
In-ear monitor button.
In-ear monitor, which means that I can monitor, if I'm using headphones, I can monitor my audio live while I'm recording.
Playback destination button.
Playback destination, so you can select if you want to play it to your speakers or headphones or the iPhone microphone.
General settings, recording, monitoring button.
General settings, recording, monitoring, etc. We will go into this.
Reset all instrument volume. Reset monitor volume. Reset all instrument volumes and effects to default values.
Reset
button.
all instrument volumes to default values.
Selected volumes button. 1 of 2. Settings button. 2 of 2.
Settings. So the first tab, the volumes tab, allows you to adjust the volumes of each instrument. So, for example,
master volume currently 100%. Reset master volume dimmed button. Master volume slider 100% adjustable. Swipe up or down with one finger to adjust the value.
Very self-explanatory.
Microphone volume currently 40%. Reset microphone volume button. Microphone volume slider 40% adjustable. Monitor volume currently 40%. Solo instrument monitor button.
Yeah, see, the cool thing is you can set any of the instruments, for example, even the microphone or the tabla or the harmonium, whatever. I'll explain, you can set these as solo instruments, or you can mute the instrument.
Mute instrument monitor button. Reset monitor volume button. Monitor volume slider 40% adjustable. Keyboard volume currently 100%. Reset keyboard volume dimmed button. Keyboard volume slider 100% adjustable. Keyboard volume slider reset close.
So this is the general settings. This is the volume part of it. Then if I hit settings, double tap.
Selected setting close. But monitor settings panel.
Monitor settings panel. So this bit allows you to adjust the reverb and the EQ and all that. Like, cut higher, cut lower. You really don't need a
reset.
I mean, you can mess with the reverb settings, like, adjust the reverb, but like the EQ, high, low, whatever, you don't really cut higher than cut lower. You don't really need to mess with these settings.
Monitor reverb size slider 70% adjustable.
Monitor reverb size.
Swipe up or down with one finger to adjust the value. Monitor reverb strength settings. Current reset monitor reverb strength setting. Monitor reverb strength slider 50 adjustable. Swipe up or down with one finger to adjust the value. Monitor delay duration settings. Currently 125 milliseconds. Reset monitor delay duration setting button. Monitor delay duration slider 125 milliseconds adjustable. Monitor delay amount settings. Currently 40. Reset monitor delay. Monitor delay amount slider 40 adjustable. Monitor delay density settings. Currently 6. Reset monitor delay density setting dimmed but monitor delay density slider 6 adjustable. Monitor EQ
so
cut height.
these are all the you can adjust all the reverb and that in these settings. So we'll jump out of
Select close button. C sharp pitch and tuning settings button.
C sharp. So if you double tap on here,
pitch club pitch.
You can adjust each pitch.
Pick pitch A2 pick pitch. A sharp pick pitch. B2 pick pitch. C3 pick pitch. C sharp pick pitch. D3 but pick pitch. D sharp 3 pick pitch. E3 pick pitch. F3 but pick pitch. F sharp pick pitch. G3 pick pitch. G sharp 3 pick pitch. A3 button.
So these are all the pitches.
Keys are arranged horizontal. Animate tuner gauge. Hard, medium. Select tuner difficulty. Increase by 1. Fine tuning. Deep. Fine tuning.
Now,
Pick pitch. Fine tuning.
Fine tune the pitch as well.
Decrease. Fine tuning. Cents. Decrease by 1 cent. Button.
Decrease by 1 cent.
Fine tuning slider. 0 cents. Adjustable. Swipe up or down with 1 finger to adjust the value.
Very self-explanatory.
Increase by 1 cent. Button.
So you can double tap on the decrease or increase button to increase or decrease by 1 cent.
Tuner difficulty level.
Tuner difficulty level.
Select it. Easy. Button. 1 of 4. Medium. Button. 2 of 4. Hard. Button. 3 of 4. Exact. Button. 4 of 4.
Exact.
Animate tuner gauge. Switch button. On.
Animate
tuner gauge. Close.
So
button.
This is a pitch section. Now, what this app, what the cool thing about this app is, if let's say you're practicing and if you're singing, this will guide you. It will tell you if you're singing sharp or if you're singing flat or if you're hitting the right note. It'll tell you. So it will, progress you towards your journey in your Indian classical music. Now, I must mention here, this app also supports Western music. So you can use this for Western music and it does support that, which is quite cool.
In Air play devotional. Genre
this is
set.
The genres you can set.
Genre, Hindustani classical. Hindustani classical, 22 Shruti, Ghazal, Amrit, Bhajan, Kirtan, Bollywood, Sugam, Carnatic. Western, fusion, world, fusion.
So these are the 8 genres you can set.
Genre close, button.
Jump out of here.
Tuners, volumes, melody, 120 devotional, genre 121 beats per minute.
This is a tempo, so you can adjust the tempo on this. And the really cool thing is you can use direct touch. You can utilize a direct touch, so you can tap rhythmically to adjust the tempo of the instrument. Melody.
Volumes and settings for melody and harmony instruments.
Volumes and settings for melody and harmony. So again, in this panel, you can adjust the volumes, and the settings panel pretty much lets you adjust the tempo and all that.
Tuner score button.
Tuner score. So what this does is it gives you a score of your practice, like a percentage of how well you're singing.
Notes gauge.
Notes gauge. So if you're singing, it will tell you if you're singing high or if you're singing low. It'll tell you that.
Melody and harmony button. Note tuner score. Volumes, melody.
This is a melody.
Use the roller to access.
Now.
100 melody. Use the roller to access melody panel with 6 instruments.
So this is quite cool. So if I use my rotor gesture.
Describe image melody panel with 6 instruments.
And if I flick down.
Melody and harmony button off.
So this will turn
Actions available.
This will turn on all instruments.
Tampier button off. 1 of 6. Serpidi button off. 2 of 6. Swarmano button off. 3 of 6. Violin button off. 4 of 6. Piano button off. 5 of 6. Harmonium button off. 6 of 6.
So
Actions
these
available.
are the melody instruments. So the tanpura is a droning instrument, which helps you keep the pitch. The tanpura and surpeti. The swaramandal is like an Indian harp, which you can use to. And it will accompany you according to your singing. It will play like melodic phrases according to your singing. And obviously the harmonium is sort of like an accordion. You have to pump with your hand and play with the other hand, if you see what I mean. So that's the melody panel.
Notes gauge, melody, pick raga / scale.
Pick raga / scale. So we'll briefly look at this.
Pick close button. All button 1 of 4.
All.
Selected. Hindustani button 2 of 4. Carnatic button 3 of 4.
That's the type of music that people in South India sing.
Western button 4 of 4.
So you can use Western chords as well. Select that as well. And
West Komari selected button.
This gives you all the notes. Indian classical.
Tivrama. Como DHA.
So sort of like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Similar concept.
Komoni, selected saw. Root note, Chadhari, selected Chadhaga, Chadhama, Pa, Chadhi Chadhani. Search by name. Search
Now
field.
you can search by name here.
Automatic harmonizer button.
Automatic harmonizer.
Double tap to select.
This is really cool because what this does is, let's say if you don't know a particular song, because in Indian classical music, there's many different types of ragas, or styles of singing, or even Western. Like if you don't know a particular song and you just want to, sing, this will accompany according to your singing if you select automatic harmonizer.
Automatic harmonizer button.
So, and the other cool thing is you can learn about each instrument, each raga, for example. Let's say if I'm doing Bairagi Bhairav, for example, which is it's a morning raga. If you double tap on, learn about, there's a section to learn about the raga, it will, tell you what notes it plays and all that sort of stuff. So this is a really cool addition to the app.
Melody, pick rock, temper button.
Temper
off.
button
1 of 6.
off.
Swarm
Melody panel. Or
piano, harmonium button. 70% fills.
70% fills. So, by adjusting, the slider, you can, you can set the music to vibrant or radiant or, subtle, that sort of thing. So you can, tell it, how often this should play. The instruments should, they're like this Indian harp, for example, should play.
Rhythm solo, dimmed button.
Rhythm solo.
Place beat gauge, off.
Beat gauge.
Rhythm.
Now.
Use the roller to access rhythm panel with 5 instruments.
This is a rhythm panel.
Describe image, rhythm panel with 5 instruments. Rhythm and percussion button, off. Tabla button, off. 1 of 5.
So tabla is the Indian drums.
Actions available. Use the roller to access.
So the tabla is the Indian drums, which is used in a lot of Indian classical music, and it's also used for used in Western music, fusion type music as well. But it's a great instrument.
Manjira button, off.
Manjira
2 of 5.
button, Manjira off. So Manjira is like a finger cymbals.
Gunguru button, off.
Gunguru is like you wear it, I think if you're doing like a Kathak dance, it's a type of dance in India, so where these are worn on the feet, and used, or even you can use it as a normal shaker type instrument as well. That's what the gunguru is.
Shaker button, off.
Shaker button off. So that's the shaker.
Metronome button, off.
Metronome
5 of 5.
Off. So metronome
actions available.
Metronome is the it will play, the tick tock tick, it will play with, it's used as a separate instrument, and it will play the metronome as well.
100 home tap, metron, shake, metron, tap, pick rhythm and percussion, pick rhythm / towel.
You can, if you double tap on pick rhythm / towel, you can select the rhythm and the style of playing. Now, the best feature of this app is, as I said earlier, it uses artificial intelligence, so it gives you like a real stage-like effect, plays in real time, all that. I won't say there's any worse feature. I mean, the only thing is the tiles there's only about 8 to 10 types of tiles or styles of, a beat cycle. So tile is a beat cycle. So there's only about 10 or 12 or so beat cycles, and more instruments and more beat cycles will be added as time goes. Now, we will quickly look at the tabs here.
Mix it, home tab, currently active, button. Mixes tab, mixes tab, currently
This
active.
is a mixes tab.
Edit, recordings, heading.
Recordings.
Search recordings, search, no sessions recorded yet.
No sessions recorded, so I haven't made any recordings. Now, if I do make a recording, what I can do is adjust the volumes of each instrument according to my liking, Let's say if I want, the tabla to be a little bit louder, so I can do all that, the vocal to be a little bit louder, vice versa. So that's the mixes tab.
Keys tab, mixes, keys tab, button, keys tab,
Keys
currently
tab,
active. No.
So another cool thing is if let's say if you're using automatic harmonizer or any of the, you can use direct touch and play the keyboard, like, slide around and learn the notes, by playing the keyboard as well, which is quite cool.
Beat gauge, notes gauge. Beat gauge, off. C sharp, pitch and tuning settings, but 121 beats per minute. Tempo settings,
21
button.
beats per minute.
Toggle smart keys, silencing notes outside of rocket/scale, button.
Toggle smart keys.
Show settings panel below, button.
Show settings panel below.
5-octave slider.
5-octave
Ski
slider.
bar.
So.
Help tab.
Sorry.
Mobile 2 of 4 bar. Help tab. Button.
Okay.
Help tab. Keys tab. Help
Now
tab.
this is a keys tab. Now we'll flick to the
Help tab. Current not help heading. Contact support heading. Tap to get in touch with us. Button.
Tap to get in touch with us.
Subscription status heading. Renewal on June 28, 2022. 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 11 seconds PM. Button. Tutorial videos heading. Video. Tutorial getting started.
Now
tap to play. Button.
These are all the videos about, the tutorial videos of getting started and all that. And the developer's done a really good job at describing where each portion, of like where each, each thing is in the app. So he's done a really great job.
Video. Tutorial advanced settings. Tap video. Tutorial audio/video recording. Tap video. Tutorial mixing and publishing. Tap to play. Button. Miscellaneous heading. Play onboarding again. Button.
Play onboarding again.
What's new in V7? 309. Button.
What's new?
Home tab. Button.
So this is the help. This is basically the layout
Home
of
tab.
the app. Now I'll quickly demonstrate
melody and harmony. Keep home tab. Beat gauge.
How this app in action.
Rhythm. Rhythm. Pick rhythm select.
Let me just
pick A to channel. Jack Bajani. 8 beat Bajani. Note pick temp your butt. Melody and harmony button off. Melody.
उठो लाल धन माल नयन के खेलन बाल बोला श्याम जगावे.
Beat gauge, rhythm and percussion button on.
उठो लाल धन माल नयन के. उठो लाल धन माल नयन के. खेलन बाल बोलावे. श्री घनश्याम जगावे. श्री घनश्याम जगावे. भोर भये उठी भक्ति मात नित. श्री घनश्याम जगावे. श्री घनश्याम
Notes gauge, melody and harmony.
So as you saw there, this app
melody
is
and harmony
really,
button.
this app really, accompanies according to your singing and playing. Now, this app does have a subscription. It is, I'm talking Australian, so please work out the US US conversion. It's $38 a year for the first year, and then it's, I think about $65 dollars after that. So there you go, guys. This is a short demo of the Naad Sadhana app from a blindness perspective. Hope you enjoyed this demo. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.
Control center.
Wow.
Awesome,
All right.
awesome. Great job, Kushal. Yeah, we're going to hold questions off until after our next presenter. I'm just going to jump right into that one, and we will.
Hope people didn't find this boring, because this is a bit of a unique,
No, it was great. It was great. Thank you so much. Here we go with the next demo from Kris.
So, who wants to get smart? Just too easy. Hello, thank you for being here, and thank you to iBUG. So today I will be demoing an app called iTunes U, and that's spelled I, capital T as in Tango, UNES space capital U as in University. So it's a free app that gives you access to a multitude of free courses and classes from a variety of different universities and colleges and institutions such as Yale and Harvard and all different types. So before we get started, a few things. First off, it is very voiceover friendly for the most part. There's one or two screens, such as trying to check the box for doing your different homework assignments that it doesn't quite line up with, but that wasn't a problem for me because I didn't do any homework. And the second thing is that some of it is not quite current courses, and sometimes that's okay for things like history or languages. I don't think declensions in Latin are going anywhere. But for other things such as science or computer programming, you might just want to be aware of that. Also, this current incarnation of the app is going to change by the end of the year, and I'll go over that more at the end of the demo. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. And also, to let you know, I don't use the whole function of the app. I just use the very basics. So if there's something in here that's something that I haven't used, then I'll just let you know, and I'll just say I haven't used that, and we'll just go past that. But you're free to explore that if you like.
iTunes U, show activity button.
Okay, so that the first button, show activity, that's one that I don't use. I think that's for keeping up to date on the posts from the professors. So I'm just going to go to the right.
Add button.
Add. Again, this one, if you double tap on that, it will ask you for an enrollment code, and I'm not using that. I have subscribed to courses, but I haven't enrolled, so there's a difference. So we'll just swipe past that. And for some of this stuff, I won't get into the depths of it for brevity's sake. I just want you to kind of see what's available. So I'll swipe to the right again.
My courses, heading.
My courses. So there are 5 tabs at the bottom. This is the first tab in the bottom right, my courses. So I'm going to swipe to the right and just keep on going down my screen.
Account, 0 notifications, button.
Again, I haven't done the notifications. Swipe to the right.
13 courses.
Ooh, hope nobody has triskaidekaphobia. So I'll go through my courses just briefly, just so you can sort of see the scope of different classes and courses that are available. These are just the ones that I have chosen, just to give you a sample of something. And so I'll swipe to the right, and it'll tell you some activities in there. Again, that's just the post by the professor. Doesn't really matter. So I'll just swipe to the right.
German idealism in the 19th century, 17 new items.
So that's my first class, and the 17 new items, that's the post from the professor. It could be different things, different assignments, or different problem sets, or what have you. So I'll just swipe to the right.
Electromagnetism and optics, 46 new items.
Swiping.
Abnormal psychology, spring 2016, 1 new items.
Again, 2016. Swipe to the right.
Basic Latin, Mr. Bernier, 140 new items. Introduction to philosophy, 17 new items. Spanish I, 24 new items.
It says Spanish I, there's a capital I, that's Spanish 1.
Creative writing, a masterclass, 13 new items. Introduction to Python, 12 new items, century. 13 courses. Introduction to Python, 12 new items.
Swipe to the, that was a book. So there's a little picture of a book next to each one of these, and I turned my screen recognition off so it wouldn't keep saying that, but sometimes it still comes through. So I'll swipe to the right again.
Philosophy and Science of Human Nature, 63 new items. And Astronomy, Frontiers and Controversies, 41 new items. Ancient Greece, Myth, Art, War, 26 new items. Fundamentals of Physics I, 73 new items.
Again, Fundamentals of Physics I, it's Physics 1. Swipe to the right again.
European Civilization 164811945. 74 new items. Math.
That's a really good class. If you're, well, I'm a bit historically challenged, so this might be a good one for you if you are as well. I know some things like, yes, I know about Napoleon. That's a delicious pastry. But some of the other things about the French Revolution or the Romanovs and the Russian Revolution and the Bolsheviks, needed to kind of fill in a few gaps. So it was a really good class. It's from Yale. His name is John Merriman. So that's the end of that. So if I swipe to the right, I'll go to the bottom to the tab bar. Swipe to the right.
Tab bar. Featured. Tab. 2 of 5.
So that's 2 of 5. So that's the next tab. My Courses is first, then Featured. The Featured tab is somewhat like the Apple Music or the Apple Podcast. It's not real helpful, but I'll go in there and show you one thing in it. So I'll double tap on the Featured tab at the bottom. And I have to do a 4-finger tap towards the top to get the focus at the top.
Categories. Button.
Categories. Some of the stuff is just stuff they've thrown out here. Some of it's for teachers, some of it's for students, just sort of a conglomeration. So I'll swipe to the right just so you can hear one or two.
All categories. Heading. Updates to iTunes U. Link.
That's a good place to go if you want to see what they're going to do come year end with iTunes U. So I'm just going to go back up to the top for categories. I want you to see what the categories are.
Categories. Button.
I'll double tap on categories.
Categories. Heading.
So I'll swipe to the right, and this is just a list of all the different type of categories that these courses are available in. So I'll swipe to the right, and I'll just let you listen to each one of them.
Cancel. Button. All categories. Business and economics. Communications and journalism. Computer science. Engineering. For educators. Health and medicine. History. Languages. Law and politics. Mathematics. Music, art, and design. Philosophy. Religion and spirituality. Science. Social science. Society. Teaching and learning. Writing and literature.
And that's the last one. So if I double tap on one of these, not only will it bring up a list of all the courses in this category, it will also give some other suggestions. It will give some app suggestions. It will give book suggestions. So it's a whole list of some other things associated with this particular category. So I'm going to go back and get out of this and go back to the top.
Categories. Heading.
Swipe to the right.
Cancel. Button. All categories. Categories. Button.
So I'm back to where I started from. So if I swipe to the right again.
All categories. Heading. Updates to iTunes U. Link.
Okay. So that's all I'm going to show in that tab. So let's go to the next tab. I'm going to touch at the bottom.
Tab. Top charts. Tab. 3 of 5.
Top charts. Double tap on that one. 4-finger tap at the top.
Categories. Button.
Still categories, but I'll swipe to the right.
Top charts. Heading.
Swipe to the right.
1.
The first one.
Introduction to Psychology. Yale University. 3.5 stars. 335 ratings. Link.
To the name of the course, where it's coming from, and the rating. Swipe to the right.
2. Developing iOS 11 apps with Swift. Stanford. 3.5 stars. 320 ratings. Link.
Somebody's alma mater. Swipe to the right.
3. Personal Finance. Missouri State University. 3.0 stars. 326 ratings. Link.
Okay, so I think it lists about 20. So I'm going to go towards the bottom. I'm just going to show you if we double tap on one of these what it looks like. So if I go, because there's one that I thought was somewhat interesting, so I'll go towards the bottom here.
Tab bar. Featured. Tab.
Swipe
2
to
of
the
5.
left.
My Courses. Tab. See all. Link. Money and Banking. Missouri State University. 3.520.
That's number 20.
Justice. Harvard University. 4.0 stars. 365 ratings. Link.
Okay, this course is called Justice from Harvard. So if I double tap on it, I'll show you what you'll see if you just pick one of these courses. Double
Justice.
tap.
Harvard University. Image.
Swipe to the right.
Justice. Heading level 1.
Name of the course. Swipe to the right.
Harvard University. Link.
The source.
Ethics.
Category.
English.
Language.
4 stars. 365 ratings.
Ratings.
Subscribe button.
That's where I can subscribe. If I want to add this to the My Courses tab and see this listed under My Courses, I could double tap subscribe right here. Swipe to the right.
Selected. Details. Tab. 1 of 3.
To this details.
Reviews. Tab. 2 of 3. Related. Tab. 3 of 3.
So I'm in details. So if I swipe to the right, give me a description.
Description. Heading level 2.
Swipe to the right.
Justice is one of the most popular courses in Harvard's history. Nearly 1,000 students packed Harvard's historic Sanders Theater to hear Professor Sandel talk about justice, equality, democracy, and citizenship. Now it's your turn to take the same journey in moral reflection that has captivated more than 14,000 students as Harvard opens its classroom to the world. This course aims to help viewers become more critically minded thinkers about the moral decisions we all face in our everyday lives. Over 12 weeks of lectures, Sandhya challenges us with difficult moral dilemmas and asks our opinion about the right thing to do. He then asks us to examine our answers in the light of new scenarios. The result is often surprising, revealing that important moral questions are never black and white.
So if I swipe to the right.
Course outline, heading level 2.
And this course, the first course outline, it just lists the whole outline sort of as one big sentence. So I'm going to swipe past that to get to the individual courses. So 2 swipes, 1 swipe,
the moral side of
second swipe. So this is the first class. It's going to give me the name of it.
The moral side of murder / the case for cannibalism.
Pretty banal stuff, nothing to see here, folks. If I swipe to the right, it'll let me download it.
Download button.
So I can download just this one particular class. So I'll swipe to the right again.
2.
Second lecture.
Putting the price tag on life / how to measure pleasure.
Swipe to the right.
Download button.
Swipe to the right again.
3. Free to choose / who owns me.
Okay, so I think you get the idea of this one. So you don't have to subscribe to and I can also double tap right here, and that will start streaming this lecture if I don't want to download it. So either way, you can listen to these classes. So I'm going to go back up to the top.
Top charts, back button.
Back button.
Top categories, button.
Back to where I stored it from. So I just wanted to show you, so you can go in there and look around and see what you can find. And there's some interesting things in there. So I'm going to go to the next tab at the bottom.
Tab bar selected. Top charts. Tab 3 of 5. Browse. Tab 4 of 5.
So 4 of 5. Browse. Pretty simple. This is just going to, instead of listing it by category, it will list it by the university or organization or college. So I'll double tap on browse. 4-finger tap at the top.
Selected. Higher ed button 1 of 3.
Higher ed or
K-12 button 2 of 3.
Or
other button 3 of 3.
And I have higher ed selected. I want to browse who's giving information courses for higher ed. So I'll swipe to the right.
Section index adjustable.
So I can go
swipe up or down with 1 finger to adjust the value.
Again, I can go A, B, C, D, or by header. So I'll swipe to the right.
Selected. Academic Gordon.
So these are the A's.
Selected. Academia di Bell RDBR di Milano. Selected. Alabama College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Swiping to the right.
Selected. Alamo Community College District.
So if I rotor to headings.
Speaking rate. Headings.
Flick down.
B. Heading.
There's my B's. Flick down.
C. Heading. Refresh.
Swipe to the right.
Selected. CQ University.
Swipe to the right.
Selected. CSU Channel Islands.
So that's really all there is here. And if I double tap on this, again, it will give me all the courses offered by this particular university. And I can subscribe or do whatever I want to do, download individual lectures to a particular course. It's just go ahead and explore. There's a lot in there. So that's a good way to just pick a particular school or organization, and you can just see what they have. You can just go ahead and narrow your search that way. And at the very bottom, all the way to the right, is the search function in the tab. And it works just about like the way you think it would work. If you just key in a search term, it will match up any items, any courses that have that name in the name of the course. So, again, we don't have time to do that right now, but it's pretty basic. It's just a regular search. So I'm going to go back to the my courses at the very bottom bottom left. So let's go look at that.
Tab bar, my courses, tab 1 of 5.
I'll double tap on that, my courses. And I know I'm at the bottom, so I'm going to swipe to the left to get to my last course.
European Civilization. 1648195. 74 new items. Math.
Swipe to the left again.
Fundamentals of Physics A. 73 new items.
Left again.
Ancient Greece. Math. Art. War. 26 new items.
Left again.
Astronomy. Frontiers and Controversies. 41 new items.
Okay, let's try that one. Don't judge me. Okay, let's go into astronomy. So I've subscribed to this one, so let's go and see what it looks like. The tabs are different at the bottom of the screen when you subscribe to a course. So I'll double tap on this one.
Library button.
So at the very top it says library. So I'll just swipe to the right.
Search button. Share button.
Swiping.
Settings button.
Swiping.
Astronomy, Frontiers and Controversies.
Name of the course.
ASTR 160.
The catalog number.
Yale University attachment.
Source.
PN overview. Filters the list of materials.
And I can double tap on these to get more information. The overview.
Instructor. Filters the list of materials.
Charles Balin is the instructor. He's very good.
Outline. Filters the list of materials. Syllabus. Filters the list of materials.
And if I keep swiping, I'll get to the tabs at the bottom.
Tab bar. Selected. Info. Tab. 1 of 4.
So we're there right now. This is the info tab. And so it gave us information about the course. And if I swipe to the right again.
Posts tab 2 of 4.
In this post tab, it gives information about the different posts and the different assignments. So I find that in here, they kind of repackage the same information in just in different ways. So you can get to all the lectures by going to the post. It'll show you which post per lecture. It will give you the assignments per lecture. It will give you the homework. It will give you the class notes. There's even a transcript, which I thought was pretty interesting for all these lectures, at least in this course there was. So there's different ways to look at this different stuff, but you can get to a lot of the same stuff with these different tabs. So again, the post, this is from the teacher, from the professor, or from iTunes U, the post stuff in there dealing with this course pertaining to from this particular professor, or if iTunes U has any information about it too. So I'll swipe to the right again.
Notes tab 3 of 4.
Notes. These are your notes. So there's a really neat little feature here that if you're listening to something and you want to take a note about that, and you're like, oh, I need to remember that. You can actually create a note while you're listening to a lecture, and it will put the timestamp of the lecture and the name of the lecture on that note. And I really should have used this more because I don't remember the calculation, the recipe for calculating the mass of a star, 2 pi gm cubed over r squared. I don't remember that. So I should have used it. So swipe to the right again.
Materials tab 4 of 4.
Materials. This is where I normally go. So I'll double tap on materials. Go to the top.
Library button.
Swipe to the right.
Search button. Share button.
Swipe to the right.
Settings button. All 109. Filters the list of materials.
So it's 109 types of material for this class. So that's all of them. So if I swipe to the right, it'll separate them out.
Videos 24.
Videos.
Filters the list of materials.
It could be videos. There could be audio recordings. There could be just documents. It just depends. Every course is different. So just swipe to the right to see how they subcategorize them.
Books 24. Filters the list of materials.
Swipe to the right.
Documents 56. Filters the list of materials.
Swipe to the right.
Web links 5.
Okay, so that's all the different types of materials associated with this particular course. So if I swipe to the left, I want to get back to the videos.
Document books 20 videos. All videos 24.
Double tap
Filters the list of materials.
I'll double tap on videos.
Partially played. 01. Introduction. Charles Bailyn. Content type. Video. 2 seconds.
It's not just 2 seconds. I don't know why it says that. So this gives you the name of the class and some more information about it. So if I swipe to the right,
download button.
I can download it. If I swipe to the right again,
more info 401. Introduction button.
More info. Swipe to the right again.
Partially played. 02. Planetary orbits. Charles Bailyn. Content type. Video. 3 seconds.
Second lecture again. More than 3 seconds. Swipe to the right.
Download button.
Swipe to the right.
More info 402. Planetary orbits button.
Swipe to the right.
03. Our solar system and the Pluto problem. Charles Bailyn. Content type. Video. 2 seconds.
Again.
Download button.
Swipe to the
More
right.
info 403. Our solar system and the Pluto problem.
Swipe to the
button.
right.
04. Discovering exoplanets. Hot Jupiters. Charles Bailyn. Content type. Video. 2 seconds.
Okay, I think you get the idea here. So if we go to the very top.
Materials. Back button.
Swipe to the right.
Videos. 24. Heading.
Swipe to the right.
Edit button. Partially played. 01. Introduction. Charles Bailyn. Content type. Video. Edit button. Videos. 24. Heading. Partially played. 01. Edit button.
Well, I thought there was a now playing sort of thing.
Videos. 24. Heading.
I don't see it here. So
Edit button.
It's okay. I'll just go ahead and we'll pick a video.
Partially played. 01. Introduction. Charles Bailyn.
Let's go to the next
More info
one.
for partially played. 02.
Let's go to
Planetary
02.
orbits. Charles.
And when I go to a lecture, it should start playing. We'll see sometimes my Wi-Fi is a little, it lags a little bit, but it should start playing. So if you double tap on it, that will bring you to the screen that lets you fast forward or stop or take notes, whatever. So let's go ahead and double tap on it. Let's see what's going on in this lecture.
Back button.
In this case, solar masses. You'll recall from last time that this is actually a specific version of a slightly more general equation, which looks like this. A cubed equals p squared gm over 4 pi squared, where g is a constant that depends on what units you're using. And last time I derived this equation from that, but another way of saying it is if you choose your units to be
Okay, enough of that. Like I said, I really should have taken notes in this class. So that's the main points in the iTunes U app. So go ahead, play around with it, see if you can find some things that interest you. And happy educating.
All right, awesome. I didn't understand a word of what she said, but anyway,
I think we got smarter just listening to her presentation.
we are going to open it up and for questions for either, that was Kris yesterday, by the way, one of our mentors that did that last presentation on iTunes U. And so if you have questions for Kris or Kushal on the Naad,
all right, so people should be able to unmute. So say your name and then ask your question, please.
Hello, this is Calandra.
Okay, go ahead.
I really enjoyed the presentations. My phone ran out of charge before I could finish the rest of the first presentation, so I was pretty mad. But can you really get us through app?
Can you what? What's the question?
The app, or through the player or whatever.
they should all be available through the the App Store, if that's your question.
Where is the App Store?
Okay, we'll have to talk about that more in a different time. The App Store is the general source of all the different apps, but I wanted to focus right now on questions specifically on these apps, if we can.
Well,
Calandra?
what I was going to ask on that first one, can you get world history on any of those, apps?
Yes, I think you can study world history in the app that Kris was talking about. Yes, in the iTunes University. Right, Kris? You can study world history?
Yes, there's a whole variety of things you can study, and that there is a history category. If you tap on the history category, you'll see a bunch of things listed there.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you.
Calandra. Beautiful question. All right, who's next? Anybody else?
Sharon wanted to
Sharon.
ask. It's iTunes U. There's a space between iTunes and U. Is that right?
This is Kris.
Go ahead.
That's correct. That's right. iTunes space U, capital U.
Thank you.
Kushal here. I had a question.
Go ahead, Kushal.
So I just downloaded the app and it's saying Apple's discontinuing this app in December. So is Apple transitioning to another app, or what's going on with that? Do you know?
It's Kris.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned at the beginning of it, and I didn't get a chance to say it at the end. Yes, they are discontinuing it in its form at the end of December. So I said, be quick about it if you want to get in there. You'll have time to take several courses still. They take it depends how often you do them, but you can do one in a week, for instance. But they say they have, if you click on that link, that iTunes U link, under the featured tab that I went through, it tells you all that information about it. In a nutshell, I don't know if it's just regular users or the people who created the courses. It lets them export those particular courses to either an Apple app, I think it's called Classroom or Schoolwork, or a third-party app. And also I have noticed several of these. I have seen several of these on just the regular Apple podcast app.
Oh, yes.
Converted over.
So that's the future of it. Yeah. Okay. Well, great question. Thank you, Kushal. Anybody else? Questions for Kris or Kushal?
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, Kris, thank you so much. I had looked at iTunes U when I first got my phone, and I had forgotten about it. And that, oh my gosh, I feel like a kid in a candy store. But I wanted to thank you so much for reminding me of all the things that are available there. It's awesome. Thank you.
Sure.
Great. Good job. Okay. Who's next? Anybody else?
This is Karen.
Go ahead, Karen.
Yep, I have two questions. This will be recorded, right? So we can find it on the website later?
Yes, it will be uploaded. Yes, ma'am, it will.
All right. And I had a question for the guy with the Ariadne, whatever that was, the GPS.
Tom's still here?
Yeah, I think he is. Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
All right.
Yeah, he's here. Go ahead.
Okay. I never used any of those GPS apps. But I'm curious with that one. He was putting in favorites and it was like kind of linking them together. I was wondering if some of that information is downloaded automatically, maybe, and he might have to just tweak the name of it. Like if he's at an airport, would it like pick up, okay, you're at such and such airport, and will it kind of like put the text in there, even if he has to like edit it a little bit? And then what happens with apps like that if you kind of zigzag? If you go in a straight line and it's picking up things and you're adding stuff to your favorite, I can see that. But what if you like go to the side and you want to add, or you go back because you want to add a bathroom, and then you go forward again? Like,
okay, I can answer that.
Okay.
Yes.
ahead,
No,
Tom.
it doesn't understand if you zigzag. What you do is it will tell you a straight line. I'm getting ready to leave. That's why I was just listening to everybody. It's point of interest when it says it's 600 feet to a place. That's as the crow flies. So it's a straight line. However, if I'm in an airport and I'm with my wife and I find exit 12, or gate number 12, and okay, where's the bathroom? Well, it's down there on the left. Ask somebody. That's what she'll tell me. So I will mark gate 12, San Francisco Airport. You might have heard that. So I can find my way down, and then I'll wander down, and then I'll ask somebody, where's the men's room? Right here. Okay, there. And then when I get back, I will use the Ariadne. Now, when you point it, it vibrates in your hand, haptic feedback. So the nearest POI, as you point it and move it around, the haptic feedback will start to vibrate when you're pointing to it. So you just follow the buzz, so to speak. So it's very good to find your way around.
Do you know what the buzz is, or will it say?
It's a haptic feed. No, it's a haptic feedback on your phone. So if you're pointing at it, it'll vibrate. If you turn it to the left or the right, it'll die down until it isn't there. So as you're finding a point of interest across the parking lot, just move it until, and that you follow that straight line. It doesn't do a route, just from here to there.
Okay, so if you're exiting, you're about to leave, but then you say, I want to go to the bathroom, and that's to the sharp, that's to the left, immediately to the left. But you already marked it at some point. How would you know that you're approaching the bathroom, or you just have to wave your hand to the left until it buzzes?
No, you would select in the list of favorites, you would select bathroom because you've marked it. And then as you point it, it'll buzz as you're pointing to the place that you marked. So mark it, the door going in, and then it'll feedback. And once again, it's GPS. It isn't 100% accurate. So when you get there, you're going to have to use normal mobility skills, or as I do, excuse me, I ask, or, if the sign is in Braille, read your signs.
Okay, and every point of interest you have to put in the text yourself, or does it pick up some of that on its own?
If it knows the address, it'll put the address, but the labeling of it, you have to put it in yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Great question, and thank you, Tom. Oh my goodness.
So
yes.
Quick question. Sorry.
Yes. Go
Kushal
ahead.
here. Sorry about that. Yeah. So does this do indoor locations as well?
As you said, as I saw when I was in my sunroom, not very well. It did it in an airport because there's lots of windows around. So if it can see the satellites, and by the way, I wish I had it when I was my son in about 10 or so years ago, when I went to Australia and put camera on all the places I visited, but it wasn't out there then. So anyway.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, we're just about out of time. So just wanted to thank all of our amazing presenters. We learned how to navigate. We learned how to sing. We learned some very incredible topics that we can explore about world civilizations and astronomy and all that good stuff. So we hope that you've enjoyed our presentation. We appreciate all the time and effort that everybody put into put all this together, and we hope that you will join us again. And happy Halloween, and go Astros. Sorry, shameless plug. All right.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Sandra.
Good night, y'all. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
Great
great
job, Chris,
Thank
Kushal, Tom. Great job.
See you guys.
Bye.
All
Thank
right.
you all the way from Australia. Bye. And Texas
you.
and Vermont. Wow.
And Humble.
And
All over the
Humble.
place.
Humble. Bye. Take care.